I am Generation Equality. Each year on the 8th of March, we celebrate the International Women's Day. 25 years after the Beijing Conference, some progress has been made towards achieving gender equity and equality. In Cameroon, the government has made some efforts to mainstream gender in its programs and projects. Yet, to achieve genuine equality, much is yet to be done. At the Denis and Lenora Forete Foundation, we are working relentlessly to promote progressive policies that create economic opportunities for all. This dream cannot be achieved if pertinent issues concerning the status of women are not addressed. These include women's rights, violence against women, women in politics, women and access to education, women and access to health care, and so much more. The women of the Forete Foundation will not relent. Let us all be each for equal.
Women in Cameroon experience high levels of discrimination despite the constitutional provisions. However, due to the importance attached to traditions and customs, laws protecting women are often not respected. A specific law on preventing and combating violence against women have not been adopted. The absence of an offense of domestic violence and marital rape remains significant gaps. Despite the creation of call centers for victims of gender-based violence, women who are victims of domestic violence still do not always receive adequate support from public services. Specific laws should be implemented that ensures prevention and fight against all forms of violence against women, including marital rape. Steps should be taken to educate and inform public about domestic violence, including traditional leaders, teachers, judges, defense and law enforcement offices. Political authorities, boys and men in particular, should erect such violence as an unacceptable violation of human rights.
La journée de la femme, c'est une occasion pour nous femmes de réaliser de grands efforts. Ayons la volonté de faire appliquer sur le terrain nos visions pour une amélioration considérable dans la vie de la femme, faire le bilan d'action et fixer un nouveau cap.
More than half of the world's population is made up of women. So would it not be useful for us to think that if women are brought to the table, they can bring a lot of discoveries in science, in technology, in engineering and math? I think a lot of women are acquiring undervalued skills because they are not given this opportunity to express the talents they have embedded in them. Now let's look at healthcare. More than half of the world's population that die because of diseases are made up of women. Why? Because of sociocultural barriers, because of financial hardship, these women cannot access healthcare. But if women can break these barriers, they can do a lot for our economy. They can mobilize a lot of resources for our economy. I think women can break this barrier. Women are the caregivers of the home and of the community. Will you as a woman prefer to be ill, sick, dependent and helpless? I urge all women to take up this challenge that access to healthcare services is their right, and I charge all policymakers to adopt policies that can help women access healthcare.
Developed societies in the world today have more women enrolled in schools than men. This is not the case in developing countries, especially as more than half of young children out of school are girls. Nearly 1 in 2 of the world's out-of-school girls are in the sub-Saharan Africa. In many traditional societies today, girls are prevented from attaining their full potentials because of lower priority placed on education and the lower status of girls and women in general. Household surveys in developing countries have consistently shown that women with more education have smaller, healthier and better educated families. Also, research in the World Bank and other organizations have shown that increasing girls' schooling boosts women's wages and leads to faster economic growth. Other benefits of women's education include lower levels of HIV infection, lower levels of domestic violence, and other harmful practices towards women. I therefore encourage more women to get educated today, especially in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, for a better society of tomorrow.
La discrimination peut être une action ou une décision qui a pour effet de traiter avec distinction une personne en raison de sa race, de son sexe ou de sa déficience. Pour ce qui est de la femme, c'est la différence de traitement de cette dernière vis-à-vis des hommes. Cela peut être dû à plusieurs raisons, mais la plupart, en l'occurrence, concourent à nos distinctions respectives du point de vue physique, émotionnel, intellectuel, social et familial. L'égalité des genres est essentielle pour parvenir aux droits humains pour tous. Nombre de femmes sont parfois privées de l'accès à certaines fonctions délicates, faiblement rémunérées ou contraintes de faveurs de toutes sortes. Pourtant, elles sont bien outillées pour les remplir pleinement. Fort de ce constat, l'Organisation des Nations Unies et les institutions spécialisées ont mis en œuvre des lois, des conventions en vue de promouvoir l'égalité des droits de l'homme et de la femme, encourager la participation des femmes dans les mêmes conditions que les hommes à la vie politique, sociale, économique, culturelle pour servir leur pays dans la mesure de leurs possibilités.
Women's political participation is a fundamental prerequisite for gender equality and genuine democracy. It facilitates women's direct engagement in public decision-making and is a means of ensuring better accountability to women. Women in government are underrepresented from local to global levels. In my country, especially in Cameroon, women have had inadequate opportunities in social participation, especially in striving for political rights and power in the government and different institutions. The fair representation of women in political life has a positive impact on gender mainstreaming in various policies. Investing in women's political empowerment sets a direct path towards gender equality, poverty eradication, and inclusive global growth. It's time we engage in removing barriers to equal participation, advocate for legislative and constitutional reforms to ensure women's fair representation in political spheres.
As a woman, we are created naturally with a lot of talent as an entrepreneur, and that alone supersedes any other identity. The meaning to put any identity above that is going to affect your mindset by causing limitation in your abilities. When women invest in business, it's going to cause a lot of change in our nation. There are going to be reduction in poverty, reduction in unemployment because a lot of jobs are going to be created, an increase in economic growth, economic development, economic equality, and increase in our gross domestic product. We have a lot of women in business in Africa, like Madame Isabella dos Santos from Angola, Madame Florencio Alakija from Nigeria, and Madame Sibongile Sambo from South Africa. And even in Cameroon, we have Madame Hororo Bell, Madame Tembe Roots, and Madame Melissa Bime. Even you can be these great women. Just reduce limitation, focus on your objective, focus on what inspires you, and you are going to be a great businesswoman.
Être une femme en Afrique n'est pas toujours une chose facile. Une vraie femme africaine, c'est celle qui reste à la cuisine. Une vraie femme africaine, c'est celle qui renonce à ses études pour son mariage. Une vraie femme africaine, c'est celle qui doit supporter les violences conjugales en l'honneur de son mari. Une vraie femme africaine ne doit pas être pilote, ingénieur ou mécanicien parce que ce sont des métiers d'hommes. Voilà quelques stéréotypes de nos sociétés africaines qui justifient encore de nos jours de nombreuses injustices et traitements discriminatoires à l'égard de la femme africaine. Il est temps de dire non à tous ces clichés qui empêchent le plein épanouissement de la femme en Afrique. La femme africaine n'est pas destinée à rester à la cuisine. La femme africaine a le droit de faire des études et de mener en même temps son mariage. La femme africaine ne doit pas se taire face aux violences conjugales car elle n'est pas un objet. La vraie femme africaine a le droit d'être pilote, ingénieur, maçon et pourquoi pas président de la République. Je suis de la génération égalité, je suis la femme africaine.
Women tend to be the majority of the poor due to cultural norms and values, gender division of assets, power dynamics between men and women. Also, most men tend to engage in low-income earning opportunities due to their educational backgrounds, while others are solely dependent on their spouses. As it happens, they are the breadwinners of the family. Given that women play a vital role in the economy, as we celebrate Women's Day, we encourage every woman to go an extra mile. Apart from engaging in unpaid domestic responsibilities, go for trainings, skills, engage in activities which will cause you to stand up for yourselves and eventually become economically independent.
Many women face challenges as they seek to combine motherhood, marriage, and paid work, workforce interruptions associated with childbearing, the impact of home and family responsibilities, and constraints posed by workplace culture. Strong-willed women handle this home and family the way they do almost everything else. We have the capacity to bring on both great passion and great friction out of everything. We can be great mothers, great wives, great leaders. We can be wives and mothers and still be ambitious. We can conquer the world. We need not to be apologetic about our femaleness or our femininity. Women and mothers, go out and grab the world by the lapels.
I am Generation Equality.